Welcome, everyone. It is Thursday night, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show, live on the air, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. As always, share the link, share the love, and as always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. Keisha, how is my allergies starting to act up right as we get on the show? Like my sinuses are swelling up suddenly.
Oh man, yeah. And I feel like me and you are kind of moving in opposite directions because usually I'm right there with you, but lately I've been okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I've kind of been inside a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know, but it's not nearly affecting me as much as it normally does, which is weird.
Yeah,
which is weird.
Mine hasn't
Nonetheless,
been bad.
we are here. We are here tonight and happy to chop it up with you guys on the sports tip. It just got a few things. It's gonna be a little mini show tonight. First things first. What's going on around town? Oh man, my bad. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
You ready to do this?
Let's do this.
Okay, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit today too. Yeah, let's switch things up just a little bit. First things first, though. What's going on around town? I know somebody down there recently had a birthday. I don't know if you want to speak on that.
Oh yeah, the boy turned 17. 1 year until
oh my God! What?
1 year.
That is crazy.
1 year until he's legally an adult. I'm not ready for this.
I'm not ready for this. I'm like 17. What the hell? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize, dude. I mean, time flies so bad. Oh, my gosh. It's just...
He's got a job and everything. He's, like, big.
Yeah, he's got one of my dream jobs.
Right.
Working in a pizza shop. Love that. I love that for him. And he's doing really well down there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so happy birthday to the homeboy. And it's good things. It was a baseball weekend here in the 410. Big day on Friday. It was Tupac Day at the Yard. They gave away a bobblehead, which has been highly revered around the league. And it was actually voted I believe it was either in the top 5 or top 10 of best giveaways in the majors this year. And
good.
Yeah.
Do you realize how probably international this thing has gone? You're there. I'm obviously a fan of the Orioles, so we know about it. But my roommate was telling me he's seeing news stories on it. It's on eBay going for $400. This thing's huge.
Yeah. They made the announcement about three months ago. I sent out text messages. I was like, "Look, it's a bobblehead night. We gotta get these tickets." So I've had my tickets for I had them for 3 months before the event on Friday because I just knew the significance. And this was kind of unprecedented in the league. There's no other rapper out there that gets a day in the major league. That's seriously, you guys, in all of history. I don't even have to look that shit up. I know. But yeah, like Mark said, it came to be a pretty big thing. They only had about 20,000 bobbleheads. People were lining up at Camden Yards as early as 2 o'clock. Me personally, I got to the yard earlier than I've ever been before, which was it was about 5 o'clock, 5:15. The game started at 7:05.
Wow.
Okay, and when I got there, I was like, holy crap. I was kind of sweating bullets because there was just so many people out there, And yeah, man, I talked to someone who traveled from Pennsylvania, heard about someone who traveled as far as Ohio.
Wow.
So it was a pretty big deal. And once you did get one, and once you got inside, of course everybody started eating and drinking. So it's everybody was drunk by first pitch. You know what I mean? But the funny thing was, you were talking about the sales on eBay. I mean, people were in there, saying, "Hey, I'll buy your bobblehead for $50. I'll buy your bobblehead." Somebody offered me $75
Really?
for a bobblehead right there, and I was like, "Man, you must be out of your mind." But now, after the fact, it's been like a couple of weeks and everything. Now, the things are going on eBay, and I saw something online about, $250, $350. Somebody saw as high as $1,000, and then you start reading these articles, and your mind starts going. So I had to get off the internet, and I even reached out to my father. He was like, "Do not let that bobblehead go." I was like, "Okay, I got it. I'm not letting it go." Yeah, man. I mean, it was nice. Of course, the Orioles didn't win. That would have been the cherry on top. But it was an awesome night. And I mean, they had this just took out the first pitch, played his music, trivia in between innings. It was just really was. Everybody was partying. They had it was Friday night home game, so it was party at the yard where they had $5 beers. They had a DJ. I mean, oh man, it's just. I spent I think 5 or 6 hours there. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely,
so
a lot of fun.
So live as we're on the air, I just pulled up the eBay app, right?
Okay.
Lowest seems to be about $150. That's the median price, I'd say. So I decided to sort highest price to lowest. Take a guess how much you think the highest price is.
$600-700.
Now remember, this is what the people are asking for. This isn't necessarily what it's going to go for.
Right.
The highest listed, there's 2 of them listed, $10,000.
What?
Now I will say they are a little bit more special. There's one for $10,001 signed by Steve Johnson, number 52.
Oh shit!
And then there's another one signed by Adam Jones for $10,000.
Oh my god! How?
Right?
How? Oh wow, that's worth it. Oh, I'm like, what the hell? But that's definitely worth it. Oh man, that is nice.
Right?
Wow. I didn't even think about that. Getting somebody to sign that joint.
Yeah.
That's really a good look. Wow. Oh man, I don't think they have a problem selling that. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. Super cool, man. Super cool. Yeah. So like I said, very hot. One of the hottest items of all time as far as giveaways are concerned. And we're not going to talk about the Orioles tonight because I just want to have a good show. So we'll just...
Well, I did put them up because I made the promo before, like you sent the lineup. But we will say at least they're close to home, even though it's a road trip.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Yes. I'm sorry, man.
They got this weekend's games. They're off tonight, but starting tomorrow all weekend, They're in D.C. playing the Nationals. So, even if you want to see the Orioles outside of Camden Yards, our trip up to D.C., why not take that?
Yeah, and D.C.'s got, to me, I think they've got a decent ballpark. Yeah. It's a completely different feel from Camden Yards, completely different experience. But, for it being down the road, if you got the opportunity, go ahead and check it out, man, because, you won't be disappointed. It's always good to go and see how other people watch the game, man, that we love. I'm a big fan of that. So take your ass down to DC. Get on the MARC train. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving. I said I was going to switch things up a little bit. So what I'd like to start the show off with, if you don't mind, just a little real on wrestling. We had a big weekend. Was it this weekend or last weekend?
Last weekend was Backlash.
That's what I meant. Last weekend or the weekend before, but it was last weekend.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
5 days ago. 5 days ago was Backlash there. Down in
Yep.
Tampa, they kind of did the same thing like they did with WrestleMania, which was put the first hour on
Okay.
ESPN. That way they can get the ESPN to people to sign up for Unlimited or switch over to Unlimited and watch it, the rest of the show. Uh, show was decent, I'd say. Nothing unexpected necessarily happened. But I think the interesting thing with WWE right now is actually more of the behind the scenes goings on. There's so much craziness. WrestleMania, of course, was April 19th, 20th, so not too long, about a month ago. And every year they always tend to make some cuts at WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, like, just people that aren't cut out for the business or whatever, or are not thriving in WWE, I'd say. So they make their contract cuts. It's sports, it's entertainment. That's what happens. But this year they kind of went crazy, like 23 cuts that first week after WrestleMania.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
and there are some surprising names on there. But then what really was crazy was about a week later. There's a tag team that I've talked about plenty of times, the New Day, Kofi Kingston
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Xavier Woods. Like, it was announced that they had mutually agreed to part ways with the company, is how it was phrased. But looking into it more, it was part of these budget cuts. And TKO, as a parent company on WWE, is kind of going crazy. They told the company that they had to cut so many millions of dollars out of payroll. And it turns out that they, as they're negotiating contracts with contracts that are coming up, they offered like as much as 50% cut in pay to people. And
Oh wow!
you're a performer, you're getting paid pretty good. That's a big hit to anyone. I mean, anyone that being told, hey, you're doing good work, we want to keep you,
Right on.
but
Right on.
half of what you're making, it's kind of a slap in the face. And
Right. Right.
it's believed that's what happened with the New Day. Kofi Kingston, he's a former WWE champion, like men's heavyweight champion there, and being told that always great merch sellers. Merch sellers are like the indication of how good you are in the business. And so yeah, a lot of people were really upset about that. Part of their release is a 90-day non-compete clause, so they have until July something until they can actually go anywhere. But a lot of people expect them to end up in the AEW, the rival promotion. I think it's a big indicator, like, because AEW, kind of like WCW in the past, they get the people that are a little bit more washed up or not marquee players. But these are definitely guys that are top of their game, and it's going to be an interesting thing to see how they use them and how it all turns out. And it's kind of a crazy thing because UFC is known for just hemorrhaging cash, where WWE when they got purchased by TKO, WWE was cash rich, like zero debt. For a company that big to have zero debt is unheard of, but that's just how it was managed. And now that it seems like they're absorbing all of UFC's losses, and I think if I was a performer, I'd kind of second guess, staying with WWE, even though they're the biggest name in town. Like, it's wild what's going on there, and I think, like, especially at the next year as more contracts come up, seeing what happens there, seeing how they know how public perception has changed. Are they going to try to capture the fan? Like, that's another thing. 2 years ago, they were on top of the world. Great creative was going on. But TKO has kind of applied a UFC mindset to WWE, and it just doesn't work because they're not the same product. They are charging UFC ticket prices for WWE events. UFC fighters, they fight 2-3 times a year. WWE guys, they're there weekly. Like,
Right, so they're probably significantly higher.
Yeah, they're a draw, but they're, if you go to a UFC event, not someone's going to see this guy next month. So yeah, like the ticket prices, I think, for WWE definitely need to come down. They need to be more family friendly, consumer friendly, and it seems like they're just being mismanaged. And a lot of people just want TKO to sell WWE now, which would be crazy because they just bought him 3 years ago. But yeah, that's kind of the craziness of what's going on in the world of wrestling right now.
Yeah, kind of like a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, like I'll say it sometimes. Like the craziest stuff is what's the real life stuff behind the scenes, not necessarily what's on the screen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, speaking of wild and crazy, the WNBA is officially underway, and we are so happy that they're back, and they're back and in full effect. Let me say, I mean, it's been an exciting first week. When the season started, two teams with the highest expectations involved two players that Mark and I recently talked about on the last show when we kind of did our WNBA talk, or maybe it was like 2 shows ago. But we talked about Aja Wilson and Nafisa Collier.
Yes.
Right, as being like really the two best players, two premier players of the WNBA. So, a little small surprise that the Las Vegas Aces and Minnesota Lynx were early favorites contending for the WNBA crown this year. Right? But, surprisingly so, like I said, it's only been about a week. The teams have only played like 2 games. To my surprise, okay, we have 2 teams at the top of the WNBA. And when they assembled these teams in the off season, I was automatically intrigued. And the 2 teams that I'm talking about is Chicago Sky and the Atlanta Dream.
And there's a huge link right there. Think about it. The trade that happened.
Yeah.
That went into building these teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was one of the biggest things in the off season, involved these 2 teams. It sent big name Angel Reese down from Chicago down to Atlanta, and everybody was automatically intrigued by the Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard, Angel Reese connection. How that was going to all play out. And then, you have the youngin' down there, Pow Pow from South Carolina, and also Brianna Jones, okay, who used to play for Maryland.
Yeah.
Very intriguing squad. I'm not surprised that they haven't lost a game yet. Yeah, they only played 2 games. I don't care. This is like a team that got, really got put together not too far before the season started.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know if you guys if you've been paying attention for our W fans. I'm sure you have been. I'm pretty sure Harry will be chiming in sooner or later. But they play pretty well together, which is, I don't know, it's surprising to me. Usually when teams are, I don't want to say that they're thrown together, because clearly they put a lot of thought into putting these teams together.
Yeah.
Because it's fantastic. But I mean, just like thrown together at the last minute, you think there are going to be some growing pains. You look to see if there's some gelling issues. And it just does not seem to be the case for the Atlanta Dream.
Yep.
Okay, regular season, they squeaked one out. I mean, both wins were close. Okay, they squeaked one out against Dallas, but I'm pretty sure the most impressive between the two was the 1-point win over early contender Minnesota Lynx, which is a big litmus test.
Yeah.
You play one of the best teams. You guys, it's one of the best. You stack yourself up early. You see what you got to work on. You think, hey, we might drop this one, but at least we'll learn. We'll get some data out of it. Jeez, they got a whole lot more than that. All right, so they've been doing really great, and I'm glad to see it. Do you have any? I don't know. Do you have any comments on the Atlanta?
Yep. Harry's in the chat, of course. Getting ready to watch
Sure.
the Wings play on Prime.
Yes.
He says Atlanta will be a good team. Chicago hasn't played a good team yet. So not impressed. Los Angeles might be the worst team in the league, which sparks kind of a disappointment out there.
Yeah, it's been up and down road for them. It's been up and down road for them. They're two good games. Too good tonight, but I'm going to get to that in a second. But I just want to talk about the Chicago Sky really quickly. Like we said, they sent Angel Reese down to Atlanta and to what I thought was a shocking move. Were you a little surprised?
I was definitely surprised, but
Sure.
the way they put together the team in the draft
It's even more shocking, right?
it seemed like they had a plan. It seemed like they had a plan.
And I'm not even gonna name everybody, but I just want to know how financially they were able to do this. Okay, so they sent. Okay, so they had the twin town, right? They had Camilo Cardozo, Angel Reese, both play the same position, both very tall, both got similar games. So they send Angel Reese down. Now, what are you doing? You're building a team around Cardozo, right?
Yep.
So what do? They get Dejanay Carrington, okay? Skylar Diggins, Rakia Jackson. Fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Skylar Diggins, Rakia Jackson, Natasha Cloud. I'm like, how did you guys manage to do this? I thought... and I'm kind of shocked. I have not watched any of their games yet. I'm actually thinking about investing into the WNBA League Pass.
Really?
Somebody told me it was only like $35, $40.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, hey, I can do that. Hell, I spend that more than that on damn ticket to the game. So
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about doing that just so I can be able to get a look at all of these teams, right? But I was pretty impressed with how they put. I mean, you said it, Mark. I mean, I was impressed.
Yeah.
So they've had, to Harry's point, their two games. Oh boy, were against Golden State and Portland. Okay, shout out to Portland because they had a buzzer beater last night against the New York Liberty that was absolute fire.
I saw that story you posted. Yeah, that ending.
Yeah. So, I mean, you play the two expansion teams. Two expansion teams supposed to be booty up. I don't know. I'm kind of side-eyeing Portland because, New York Liberty ain't no slouch.
And Golden State, this might be their second year, but they went kind of deep in the playoffs last year, if I remember right.
Yeah, Valkyrie definitely showed up in their debut season.
Yeah.
They definitely showed up in the debut season. So, let's give these ladies, their props for real. Tonight, New York Liberty and Portland, they're gonna run it back. All right, that's at 10 o'clock. But to me, the main event is, the Minnesota Lynx going into the house of Dallas. the Dallas Wings with Paige and of course ZZ. Right, I mean, that's the one of the biggest storylines of the WNBA this year. Surprisingly enough, Minnesota Lynx are not favored. Dallas Wings are 4.5-point favorites. Let me take a look here. Oof. Yeah, Nafisa Collier is still out. She's not looking to come back until it looks like early June for real. So, hey, you guys, go ahead. Easy money pick. Throw the money up on Dallas. The little young's gonna show up and show out at home tonight.
You see that spread on the Liberty Fire game?
Yeah, but guess what?
Huh.
It was the same damn way last night. I looked at it. It was like 10, 11 points last night.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's a lot of points, but then I also feel like New York might come out there and beat their ass this time. You know?
You embarrassed us last night.
You said what now?
You embarrassed us last night.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, I really feel like that. So how about this, you guys? Stay away from that fucking game. All right, how about that?
Harry does say New York is going to be an interesting team when they get healthy because they are winning without 3 of their stars.
Yeah. 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 So, again, you guys, stay away from this game. Just watch it and enjoy it.
Harry also has a financial tip for you. He says, save your money. Most of the games are on Ion Prime, USA, ESPN, and ABC.
What the hell is Ion?
I have no idea. I know I've heard of it, but I don't know. I don't have cable either, so... I don't
either. That's why I'm like, man, I don't know. I gotta help myself out. You know what I mean? Like, and this, I don't know. All right, I'll look into it and I'll do my cost benefit analysis. Just want to talk about
Spoken like a true accountant.
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm sorry. Washington Mystics, they're 1-1. They're hanging in there, doing the damn thing. They just had their home opener. They lost a close one to the New York Liberty, as a matter of fact. And they have a game tomorrow. They're on the road taking on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. So we'll talk a little bit more about the Washington Mystics next week because I want to get a good look at them this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Just a little shout out to Roy Harmon. She's been kind of, she's been hanging in there. She's a rookie. She's not having the same impact as like Sonia Citron and Kiki, but I mean, who the fuck can do that? There's not many people out there.
Yeah.
So what I've seen so far, I've been pretty pleased. What you like to see with your rookies, especially at the guard position, is someone that's got some killer instinct, someone who's not afraid to attack, the hoop and make moves, and that's what I've been seeing in a little bit of time that she's been playing. She's been averaging around 20 minutes, which is about half the game. So, I think a pretty decent start for a young player.
Yeah.
I got high hopes for that kid. I think she's going to continuously, move. Her game will continue to improve. Her confidence will improve throughout the season, and those numbers will continue to increase as we go along. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Okay. Lastly, we're going to do this really quickly. We're going to talk about the NBA. They recently came up with this thing. Adam Silver came up with this new lottery system to kind of eliminate the tanking of the seasons, which has become a serious problem.
Yeah.
Right? I think this is kind of a problem. It's starting to rear its ugly head in football too. And it's not good for your brand.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you're out there just leaving, dude, these Washington Wizards marketing team, they're begging people to come to the games.
Really?
And you could not. Oh my God, man! I don't know. I cannot tell you because I used to frequently go to the games, they've called me at least 3 times. You know, come out. Come take a look at the. Come take a look at the facility. We'll give you supersized discounted, tickets. All these like perks and little things like that, little packages, and it's just like, man, what? Are you crazy? Like, it's not even really worth the amount that I was spending gas to get down there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no. So, so they came up with this new lottery system. They have not made a final decision, so I don't really want to talk too much about it, but I just kind of wanted to throw that out there to kind of get you simmering on that. Maybe next week we'll have some more details and we could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So that's good things. One thing about the NBA/WNBA, they're always trying. Whether they're successful or not is another thing, but they're always trying to improve their product.
Yeah.
It's good things. Okay, so we got some playoff basketball. Nothing going on tonight, and I'm a little irritated about that. But guess whose fault that is? Lakers. Thank you very much.
I was gonna say, like, how mad is Adam Silver that none of the teams that play on I guess tonight and Saturday, like they all got swept. So not swept, but they lost their series already. Because they're like, we want games every night. Come on, guys. My
father was fully convinced that the Lakers was going to win that last game and we was going to have a game 5. And I looked at him. I ain't even say nothing. But in my mind, I was like, man, it is not looking good. And you know what? What? What were you going to say? You're about to say something.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't shift around one of these games just to have a game.
Yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, that Oklahoma City Thunder did not strike me like the type of team that was going to let anybody win that Lakers game.
Right.
I mean, when I say put the foot on the neck and kept it there, for crying out loud. Oh my gosh, it's slightly embarrassing. I mean, they didn't have, I guess, their second best player out there. But honestly, like I was telling my dad, I was like, do you really think it would have made that much of a difference? I don't think so.
Right.
I really don't. Because all you would really be doing is probably adding 7 or 8 points to what you already got at most. Because it's not going to be the full 20, 25, 30 points.
Right.
Right? Because you're taking away from some of the other players. You have to. Right? So it's just like, man, yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder did not give a damn about no damn numbers. They did not give a damn about no damn ticket sales. They were like, we're getting this thing done. And good for them because they get to rest up.
Yep.
And because whoever the hell come up out of this Minnesota San Antonio Spurs series, Jesus, they're limping into the finals. Okay.
Right.
This thing is brutal. It is rough.
It's more of a slugfest than I thought it'd be, honestly.
Yeah, I was not expecting either, but you know what? It's like old heads versus young bucks, and they're out there battling in more ways than one.
Look, remember last show I was saying like, oh, I love Wemby. He's always just so happy playing the game. No, he's taking out dudes in the throat now. Like, what is going on?
I really don't think that was intentional.
No.
I don't know. But, like I said, it's a rough series. And you know what? Minnesota already came into this series with a chip on their damn shoulder. And you can blame the Denver Nuggets for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, their energy is already high. And you got a group of youngins with San Antonio that's not trying back down. Even before when we threw that elbow, I know you saw that man hanging off of his neck like some type of lunatic. I mean, he literally jumped out the side of the screen and onto this man's back. And like I said, I mean, it's rough. It's a rough series.
Right.
So, Oklahoma City put themselves in the best possible position by getting this thing done early. Okay, so let's talk about this series. That's the second of the two, but we're just gonna talk about it first since we're talking about the Lakers and Oklahoma and everything. So, this is a San Antonio leading series, 3-2. They are on the road to Minnesota. Okay, right now what we are looking at is a San Antonio spread of 4.5 points, over under of 218. Mark, before we start talking about the spreads and everything like that, did you have any other any keys or interesting points or anything that you're looking forward to seeing in this game 6 between these two heavy hitters?
I just want to see how many fists are gonna be thrown.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, so San Antonio Spurs minus 4.5. How do you feel about that spread? I have a feeling we're gonna be on the same wavelength. Go ahead.
I'm thinking to take the under, but or take the Timberwolves. It's gonna be a closer game. The only way I could see it going higher than 4.5 is I don't know, maybe some fouls there at the end, maybe maybe it's a little bit further than they thought, so you just don't score anymore. But I think San Antonio is going to win. They're going to wrap up the series this next game, but I don't see it being 4.5.
Okay, we are on the same wavelength, but I'm about to go up. I'm one up you. Okay. This thing is going to Game 7.
Really?
Yes, I think this thing is going to Game 7. This is going to be a 7-game series. I'm expecting Ant-Man and the squad to come out at home and do the damn thing. Collectively, they have the experience. And it's, closeout games everybody says closeout games are the toughest games. Closeout games are the toughest games. And they are to me, they're in a perfect situation to extend this series one more game. So I'm going to play on the safe side. I like Minnesota plus 4.5.
Okay.
All right, easy money pick, you guys. Put it up. I also think that it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
To me, I feel like both teams play better when the pace is faster. The Spurs, they like to get points out for transition. Timberwolves, they love going through Ant-Man, who's pretty much one of the most explosive players in the league right now.
Yep.
So I really think that they're going to be looking to play their games because everybody wants to win, and so they're going to play, the way that they play best. So I'm expecting a high-scoring game. I like the over on that, over 218.5. Are you in agreement? We in agreement?
Yeah, overall.
All right.
I still say San Antonio wraps it up tomorrow, though.
Okay, but we both agree that plus 1.5.
Yeah.
All right, rock and roll. All right, next matchup. Also another 3-2 series. This time the shoes on the other foot. Oh boy, the Cleveland Cavaliers have the lead 3-2 over the Detroit Pistons. Also playing at home tomorrow. This is going to be a lot closer. Oh, wow. Okay. Cleveland Cavaliers 3.5. Point favorites over under 210.5. This, I feel like this game is a toss-up, honestly. But I'm going to let you lead off with this one as far as, giving the JABO listeners what your thoughts are on this matchup.
This one, earlier in the series, how the first round and everything went, the Pistons were kind of a disappointment in their early playoff play, and I kind of expected Cleveland to just run over them. If there's a sweep maybe not a sweep, but I expected them to run over them. Pistons, they've been fighting back, and I think this one's going to go to stretch. This is going to go 7 games.
You know what? I'm saying it too because it's like it really is a similar situation.
Yeah.
This is a team. The Cleveland Cavaliers have a lot of experience. They are at home, right?
Yep.
But there's a glaring problem, right? And part of the glaring problem with the Cleveland Cavaliers to me is James Harden. He has not really been showing up in the second half of the games. Kind of been running out of steam. And to me, the Cleveland Cavaliers at their best was Spider, Donovan Mitchell, and James Harden are playing the A game, right? And to me, if James Harden shows up, sure, they could get this dub and close this thing out, but. I don't know. I personally I always thought that Detroit was going to come out of this series. I feel like they're the better basketball team. Cade Cunningham has just been amazing. On as far as leading the team, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience. Right, very little playoff experience, but I've been between this the Detroit Pistons to me are like the San Antonio Spurs of the East.
Okay.
And I've just really been impressed with just with the lack of experience, but the amount of poise that they've carried in the postseason. So me, I too think that they're going to win tomorrow. We're going to get 2 Game 7s. I really think so.
Okay, the NBA would love that.
Yeah, I would love it too. I think I'm almost trying to, because I'm not ready to let neither one of these series go because it's just been so good to me.
Harry's got some opinions and he's got some questions.
Sure.
All right, so he says the Spurs should beat OKC and the Knicks should beat the Cavs in the next round. Spurs will beat the Knicks for the chip. What do you all think of the Wizards should do?
Holy crap! I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
You were digesting it. I know. I should have waited another heartbeat.
Oh my! Wait, hold on. What was the last comment?
Spurs should beat the Knicks for the chip. What do y'all think the Wizards should do in the draft? Should they trade the number 1 to the Jazz for number 2, Ace Bailey, and another young player, or a pick?
I'm sorry, another young player or who?
Or a pick.
Ooh. So he said trade
to the Jazz for number 2, Ace Bailey, and another young
player.
player.
Hold on, doesn't the Wizards have the first pick?
Yeah, so he's saying like trade down to number 2, but that's if the Jazz are even willing to do that.
Right. Man. I don't know, man. I mean, I'd leave it as it is, because seriously, you gotta... I mean, the guy, the kid Ace, right? Yeah. He's not a center, is he? He's not a center.
I don't think so.
Yeah. And, I'm sorry, but Anthony Davis is not going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, I would use that pick as an insurance pick for a specific position. And yeah, I'm saying that center. I mean, that's just me personally, but I don't even think with the mock draft they even have a center going at number 1, but Yeah, I mean that's just me personally. I just leave it the way it is and just let the shit ride. You know. What do you think, Mark?
Nah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gosh, man, time was flying. Okay. Um, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. When is the NBA draft? I don't think I know. Hold on, NBA draft. NBA draft is it's in June. I can't see when the exact date is. So it's coming up in a few weeks. So we'll talk about that. You know, when we get those results, it's going to be exciting.
He he,
Do you,
he clarifies that Ace Bailey is shooting forward.
okay. Yeah, so I said I don't think he's a. I didn't think he was a center. Um, yeah. So I mean, we stand 10 toes down on what we said. You got anything else you want to talk about before we sign off for the evening?
Well, I do have some breaking news for you. I don't know how deep you want to go on it, but 20 minutes ago, the Ravens announced the 2026 schedule.
Oh shit! Do you have it up?
I have it up. It's on Instagram. Yep.
Okay, you mind reading it off?
All right. So week 1, they start off on the road in Indianapolis.
Damn it! Okay, good. I'm sorry. Alright, so week 1, go ahead. Week 1.
On the road in Indianapolis. That's September 13th, September 20th.
Okay.
They are at home against New Orleans. Those are both day games. Of course, week 3 is in Rio against Cowboys. We already knew that. Week 4 at home against the Titans. Week 5 against the Falcons on the road. Week 6 against the Browns on the road. 7 is against the Bengals at home. 8 is against the Bills in Buffalo. Week 9, the Jaguars at home. Week 10, the Chargers at home. 11, they'll be coming down here in North Carolina against the Panthers. Week 12 is against the Texans in Houston. Week 13, bye week. Week 14.
Whoa, God, are you serious?
That's a late bye, yo.
Yes!
Week 14.
Oh, God!
Week 14 at the bank against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Week 15, it's, Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. After that is back home against the Browns. Week 17, the Bengals in Cincinnati. And finish off the season at home against the Steelers.
Jesus. I don't know. What I heard from you though in the beginning is that the Ravens should be 7-0.
Yeah.
Until they get to Cincinnati. That was game 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know about you.
The week 5 game against the Falcons is Sunday Night Football.
We love to turn up on under the lights.
Yeah. That Jaguars game, November 5th, is Thursday Night Football.
Oh, wow. We got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Thursday night, the Jaguar game, is that an away game or a home game?
That's a home game.
Ooh, oh, my God. I love it. Yeah.
And then they have another Thursday night game. That's the week 17 against the Bengals in Cincinnati.
And what's the date on that?
New Year's Eve.
Good God Almighty. That's a very interesting schedule. It started off as like a cakewalk, but then after you got to week 8, it's like, what the hell? First of all, the late bye week, that's brutal. And then you division heavy at the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't know I don't like that they never have more than 2 home games in a row, but I guess that also means no more than 2 road games at a time, too.
Yeah. But they division heavy at the end of the season, and I don't know. It seems like the NFL cooking up something for some drama.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the season.
Always.
So, oh my God, yeah, that's nuts. Wow, that's gonna be a wild ride.
Yep.
A wild ride. I'm excited. And thank you, Ravens, for prolonging the show another 5-10 minutes. You knew we were going to talk about it.
They're like, they got.
Oh man. Okay, good things. Wait a minute, hold on. Hey, what was the day of that Panthers game again?
Panthers is November 22nd.
Okay. You know, I told you I'm thinking about coming down. Me and Sports Bay thinking about making an appearance down there. So we gotta start playing it.
Okay.
Gotta start playing it.
Okay.
All right. Look, Baltimore, you know how we end this show? Yo, spread love all the time. It's starting to warm up out there. You know what that means? Baseball, short shorts, and all the good things. Give hugs, stay clean. I don't know, man. They got this hantavirus thing out there. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. Just add one more bit, a layer of crazy on everything. It's everything's fine. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. Share that link, share that love. As always, I'm Keisha, and on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark. And we are just a bit outside. Y'all have a great weekend. Peace.